Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for the delay on starting today, and apologies for Frank Warren's absence as well. He's currently suffering from a touch of flu, so he sends his apologies, but you see on Saturday at the fight. Of course, this is for the final head-to-head press conference for this Saturday's show at the Wembley Arena. It's going to be headlined by Ricky Burns against Michael Katsidis for the WBO Interim World Lightweight Championship. Ricky, as you know, gentleman on my right, comes off a great win off Rocky Martinez last September to win the WBO Super Featherweight title. 3 defences, and now he steps up to lightweight to challenge gentleman on left, Michael Katsidis. For Ricky, this is a huge night. As you know, this is the big fight he's been looking for, and a win on Saturday will certainly propel him into the elite names in the lightweight division. Trained, of course, by Billy Nelson, gentleman on his right. For Michael, this is his 3rd visit to the UK. As you know, against Kevin Mitchell last year, he stopped him in the 3rd round, and then in the Classic War here at Wembley Arena in 2007, he beat Graham Earl. So for Michael, this is a bit of a homecoming for you. So maybe 3rd time lucky. With Ricky, we've got him, but with Michael, he's a tremendous warrior. He comes to fights. He always as you've seen, he just puts his heart on his sleeve. It comes in, always performs, and the fans love him over here. So we're grateful to have Michael back again, and his team, Brendan Smith. So thank you very much for your cooperation in this promotion. Thanks. But for Michael, this is a big night for him as well. Obviously, we've got John Murray. He's going for Brandon Rios, December the 3rd in New York. So for the winner there's another big opportunity for a unification fight, depending who comes through in that fight. Chief support is the British Commonwealth Super Middleweight Championship. The champion, where is he? George Groves, gentleman on my right. He makes the first defence of his British title that he won against James DeGale, of course, in May, and the third defence of his Commonwealth title against Paul Smith, the former British champion, gentleman on my left. So for George, this is a big night for him. He's boxing in at the Wembley, which is on his home patch, and he's looking on to put a big performance for his fans. So he's looking to come through and defend his title. But for Paul, you can't be written off. He's got a very tough fight. He lost to James DeGale back in December, but he's looking to get back on to get the belt around his waist. So it's a big night for him. And finally, and the gentleman on the far end there, Gary Baldwin, he's going to be defending his Southern Area middleweight title against Billy Joe Saunders. So for Gary as well, he's got a lot of fans coming on the night. Well, you don't want to hear him from me too much. I know we're running a bit late, so I'll let the guys say a few words, and then we'll throw the floor open for questions. So starting with Ricky Burns on my left.
A couple of days to go. All the hard work's done now. Just about obviously playing the waiting game until Saturday night. It's going to be a cracking fight. For everybody that's not making it down, the fight's going to be live on Box Nation. So again, just really looking forward to a good fight.
Billy?
Just reiterate what Ricky's saying, it's going to be a great fight. One we've been looking forward to for many weeks now, and just can't wait for Saturday.
George?
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. Can't wait till Saturday.
Adam, you going to say the same?
Saturday.
Right, so Michael.
We're very thankful, all of us, to be here. So thank you very much to Frank Warren, and of course Stay 8, Sky Channel 456, Box Nation. Thank you very much. Very happy to be back here. Feels like home. So thank you, and we've done the work. Looking forward to Saturday night, of course.
Thank you, Brendan.
Well, Michael's nearly covered it for us, but I'd just like to say a thanks as well to Frank Warren and Box Nation and all the team, Richard, Dean, Powell, they've been great. A special thanks to Team Katsidis. We've been in training camp for 2 months in Thailand. Look, we've had a great prep, hiccup-free, it's been wonderful, and we've had a great time as well. So we've been here now 10 days, we've settled in, and thanks very much to Graham Earl as well. We've been out in Luton, and we've had an enjoyable time. So, well, this is number 3 for us. Michael will make history in our country, and we've come to fight and we've come to win. And I'd just like to wish all the best to the undercard as well on the promotion, and of course to Joe Gallagher, who's got a great fight coming up with John Murray, with Brendan Rios. So good luck, fellas, and bring it back to England, eh? Thanks very much.
Thanks. Paul?
Just firstly, sorry for being late. It wasn't my fault. There's nothing I could do about it. And secondly, just the same as what everyone said. All the talking is finished. Sick of these things. I can't stand them at the best of times. So, everything's going to happen Saturday night, and we'll be seeing through fireworks.
Right. Joe?
Yeah, not much to say apart from I'm looking forward to a Sunday, getting back to Lime Street Station, Liverpool, with Paul Smith, and making Liverpool the proud city to be very proud of their son Paul Smith with the titles round his waist, stepping off that train. And I'm really looking forward to the top of the bill fight. And like I say, I paid for ringside to watch this and can't wait to watch it. And good luck to both lads in the fight. It's got to be a great domestic tear-up, and could really go down as one of the world fights of the year, this one.
Right. Lastly, Gary?
Yeah, just want to say I really look forward to making the first defence of my title. I think I've been written off a little bit, all the publications, everything saying I'm not going to win, but I'm confident. Really look forward to the night.
Thank you. All right, I'll throw the floor open.
Where's Billy Joe?
Billy Joe, he tried to make it today, unfortunately got held up in the gym.
Traffic jam in the gym.
Michael, you've made quite an impression on the British boxing public. Do you think boxing over here brings out the best in you?
Yes, definitely. I was actually just talking to Brendan last night. When we're going for a run, I feel the air is fresher, cleaner, and I just feel a new lease of life when I'm in England. So definitely, I feel I get a lot more out of my training while I'm here. So, of course.
What is it about here, boxing here?
Like it's just, I think it might be something in the air or something, but it's just like I feel like I can breathe a lot more. I really do mean that. It's just I get more rounds out in my training that I had when I'm here. I was like very fresh for the whole 12. That was a really good thing to have now that I'm freshening up. Of course, it's always hard when you're going through the hard yards. You just keep on pushing to the limit. But now I'm here, and I thought, geez, every time I've been here, I've felt fresh. The people, the way that we've been welcomed, we've been treated good, of course, with the promoter, with Frank Warren. We've always been looked after really good, and especially this time, it's just been fantastic. So it's the people, it's the place, and all in all, boxing here is great.
What do you expect from Ricky Burns that you didn't get from Kevin Mitchell and Graham Allen?
Well, as we were talking about before, like you think everyone says that he's going to box me and all the rest of it, that I wouldn't be surprised if he stood and fought as well, because he's punching a lot harder now. He's fighting at lightweight. He's a dangerous fighter at lightweight. He's got a lot more energy. I've seen he looks like he's fresh. Got a lot of energy, and he says that's what he's been carrying into his training as well, which beforehand he didn't. And if he's managed to win all those fights beforehand, well, he's got a lot of ticker as well. So I expect everything and some from Ricky.
Michael, tough question. Why are you wearing gloves?
Well, it's cold, isn't it? I just come from Thailand.
Ricky, how do you see this fight unfolding?
I think it's going to be a cracking fight. As I said before, two of us are going to go in there. Two of us are quiet guys, but I think everybody knows once we step in that ring, it's down to business. The fans are going to in for a treat here. I think I can say, again, I don't know what fight I'm going to fight. We've been working on a lot of different things in the gym, but again with this fight, we know Michael's going to come ahead for the very first bell. So whatever fight unfolds, that's the way it's going to be.
It's a major challenge, isn't it, for your first fight of life to step up to the division and face someone of this caliber?
Couldn't have got a harder fight if they tried. Again, but these are the fights that I want. To be the best, you've got to fight the best. And again, I've always said I would never ever duck MD in my career. I'm more than prepared to fight MD. My attitude towards boxing is it's my job. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Getting in there, getting on with your job and enjoying yourself.
Ricky, how much more comfortable do you feel at lightweight?
So it's just, as soon as this fight was mentioned, it was just a big weight off my mind. Although it was mentioned for, even before I won the world title, lightweight was always, it was always talked about one day possibly moving up. The last couple of defences of the title, it was just getting so hard for me to, I felt as if when the fight was announced, I was constantly worrying about having to make the 9 stone 4. I was boiling myself down to the weight, and it was affecting the training, especially if it was getting to the last couple of weeks of sparring. You were running on empty, you were training on an empty stomach, and it's just a nightmare. Although now I have still been having to diet, but it's not been as strict and it's not as been for so long. So just so much happier with boxing now.
How much more have you been able to eat in the build-up to the fight?
Do you know
It sounds like you were eating nothing before it.
But I've always said my wee sister, she's 9. She was eating bigger portions than me when I was fighting at the super feather. Although when I was fighting at night, when I was making the 9-4, you were on 5 small meals a day, and when I say small, it was really small. I'm still eating 5 meals now, but obviously it's the size portions that I'm eating. And obviously when it comes to the end of the week, same as any athlete, you start to feel tired and you do want to obviously go out and eat a wee bit more. Whereas when I was fighting at super feather, I was just unable to do it.
How small is small? Are we talking?
I'm talking small, I mean Weight Watchers meals and things like that, that's what I was living on.
George, if you can give us your thoughts on facing Paul Smith in London.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having a challenge, and Paul Smith is going to be a challenge. Not a challenge that I can't deal with, but a challenge all the same. I'm looking forward to boxing in London. Obviously, I love boxing in London. I'm going to get great support there. A lot of people are coming and are excited about the fight. It's been a long time since I've boxed, so yeah, I just can't wait for Saturday now.
What do you expect from Paul as an opponent?
Yeah, I expect him to be the best Paul Smith that he's ever been. He doesn't have that many more opportunities, and he hasn't boxed too well over the last, well, I don't know how long, but so I'm expecting a better Paul Smith than I've seen on tapes. Yeah.
It's a big night, isn't it, in London, part of this great show?
Yeah, it is, yeah. It's going to be a big night, an excellent bill of boxing. Everyone's looking forward to it.
And for you, Paul, if you can give us your thoughts on the fight, George?
It's the fight I wanted, you know, it's a no-brainer. You can sit and talk about it all day. I know you fellas need answers and need things to like, but it's going to be a great fight. It can go, you know, many ways depending on what the two of us fight like and what the two of us come out like. You know, I think whatever way we come out, it'll always end up the same way. I think it'll always end up with the two of us slugging it out, and one of us will go first. That's my opinion on the fight. That's what it's been from day one. I do believe that I'm going to win my title back, and that's the real reason I asked for the fight in the first place. I've asked for the fight, I've got it. You know, I've got to get on with it and do the job.
Do you feel like you've got a bit of a point to prove after the Gale fight?
I've always got a point to prove. You know, every fight that gets in the ring's got a point to prove, and you know, unless you're one of the greats like the likes of Floyd Mayweather, you know, you haven't really got many points to prove apart from the other few people who doubt you. Everyone's got something to prove getting in the ring, and you know, we will prove that when we get in the ring. Fighters, that's what we do. But I'll prove all my points after that.
Do you think it's something of a make and break fight for you at this level?
I'm not even. I haven't got that attitude. I don't come to fights thinking, oh, what if I lose? There is no if. There is no what ifs. There's no fallback plan. There never has been with me. And you know, any fight that's going in with one isn't in the right frame of mind. I've never had a fallback plan. I've never had a what if. I'm going in this fight to win and to come up with this champion again.
Many coming down from Liverpool, you know.
Yeah, I've done it under non-tickets myself from my house from Liverpool, so it's not too bad. You know, it's not like it's the Echo Arena where we can do a few thousand, but maybe, you know, it's a different kettle of fish fighting away from home and not having the pressure of being back home, not having the hassle of people knocking at my house at 1 in the morning for tickets and all that. You know, it's just nice and relaxed, and I've done my usual amount for people travelling away, and they're all making their way down here. They're all down Friday night and staying over for the weekend.
Brothers will be down, obviously.
Yeah, they'll all be down, yeah, definitely. They'll be down.
That's a big crowd in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. He's a minibus for them.
There's been a lot more reaction to ticket sales for you, George, after you won there for James.
Yeah. I said this earlier that you never know now. I'm at the stage where I don't have to dish out tickets personally. People can phone up a ticket line and book tickets online. And you know, personally, I've done quite a lot. So yeah, I'm expecting a great crowd. You know, I didn't expect to have that many people supporting me at the O2 last time out. That was unbelievable. And although I don't anticipate that many, as last time, there will be quite a few there on Saturday.
George, what do you think has been made in terms of public recognition? Do you find you get more offers to do this and that, and you get more greater acclaim now?
Yeah, definitely. I get recognised when I'm out and about, and not just fight fans, hardcore fight fans like before. It's just general people on the street, women. People recognise you. So that's what ended up being a main event and a pay-per-view show. You know, sold out the O2. So that's really well title status, but obviously only for a British title. You know, experience-wise, that's going to serve me well. You know, when I get to that world title level, nothing's going to be new for me. I'd have experienced it before. So yeah, it's been good, and it helped with ticket sales as well.
Ricky, what can you hit Michael Katsidis with Graham Earl and Kevin Mitchell didn't?
I've not looked at it that way at all. I just need to go out and do what I've been doing in the gym. Again, styles make fights, and again, just it's only a couple of days to go. I'm just really looking forward to getting in there. I think everybody's writing me off anyway, so there's no pressure on me at all.
You feel like an underdog, do you, in the eyes of the public?
I was an underdog when I went in to fight Roman Martinez as well. The only people that thought I was going to win was obviously my camp. I proved a lot of people wrong, and hopefully I'm going to do the same this time.
And that suits you, does it? You're quite happy with that situation?
Again, boxing's my job, that's what it's all about. You need to get in there and get on with it.
Apart from the Saturday job.
Michael, are you surprised to be going into this fight as favourite?
A little bit. I don't even look at it, the odds or that way of thinking, because when you come into a fight, it's a fight, anything happens. So it's all rubbish, all the odds and who's favourite and all the rest of it, because it's like an instinct thing. And I think I talk pretty straight when I'm talking about my fight, and when I fight, for some reason it always turns into a brawl. But so what you see is what you get, and when this guy talks, what you see is what you get, and he says it how he sees it, and no one can count anyone off, and the first person to underestimate Ricky's going to lose. So that's what I won't do.
Why does it always turn into a brawl?
I don't know. I might be good at that.
I think it's mainly down to you. That suits you though, doesn't it?
I don't know. It depends on who you're fighting. Like on the night, it's very much an instinct thing. I might be better boxing.
We've not seen it here from you, but are you happy to go out and box as well?
Oh, I'm happy to win the fight. Get the cards close to my chest.
What does training in Thailand bring to you?
It's hard. It's very hard and very basic, and I think what a lot of fighters these days are missing is a bit of that. There's too much of this and too much of that and too many options with so many different things, I believe, in the Western world with boxing. So we get away from it. We go away. There's barely anybody in the gym except for like a dozen or so of hungry Thais wanting to spar you, have a crack. They might only be there for 1 or 2 rounds, but they're there, and many of them. So it's just living around that, just that very humble way of life is it's just the strength and the basics of boxing. You look at one of the best of all time, Muhammad Ali. His bread and butter was his jab. It's just the basics in boxing, and that's what we work on being our strength. We've come good this time. I've had a good preparation too.
You always spar with the Thais when you're out there?
Sometimes.
You take your own people?
We fly a few over from Mexico, America, and then a bit of everywhere really. But it's all come together really good for this fight.
Michael, was your training hampered at all by the floods? Did you have to move camp?
No, we managed to avoid that. We were very close to it though. We avoided that, and I mean the last time we were there, we were living amongst the turmoil of the red and yellow shirts. You might have heard about that in the mass media, and we would walk along the streets of training, and there's like stuff going on all around us. It's just like war become my backyard. So by the time I went into West Ham, with the crew there. It's like, hey, I've seen this before. It's all right. So, you know, we were very comfortable in that, and so
we made sure we stayed in team colours as well. Red and yellow.
Yeah, we had to be very careful in Thailand wearing yellow shirts or red shirts, or they're quick to put you on the side, and the next thing you know, you're amongst it.
So you went out in blue or green?
Yeah. Black and gold.
Black and gold. That was okay.
Gary, you mentioned that you've been written off in media and you fight with Billy Joe. I mean, how do you see the fight with Billy Joe going? Because obviously a lot of his fights have been quite short. How you think it's going to go?
It's not going to be a short fight, I don't think. It's going to be a tough fight. He's a decorated amateur, he's had a good pro career, but I think I'm better than all the fighters he's fought so far. I think I'm well prepared for him, and I feel it's going to be a tough fight, but I think I'm going to win.
Have you fought anybody of his pedigree before?
I went out to Denmark in April at short notice and fought a guy called Patrick Nielsen, who was 9-0 at the time. He had a really decorated amateur career himself. We topped the bid out there. He beat me over on points over 8 rounds, but I'd been in the prize fight at super middleweight 10 days before as a reserve, so I had to come down a lot of weight, up from above super middleweight down to middleweight. And so my preparation wasn't very good, and he was a southpaw as well, like Saunders is. And I hadn't done any southpaw sparring before that fight, so I've been preparing for the prize fighter, but I never actually ended up getting on. So I went out there, I lasted 8 rounds, and was a very, very good fighter, who'd been knocking everyone out as well, the same as Saunders has, and I lasted the distance and lost every round, but every round was like that. Every round was really close, so I think with a better preparation I could have gone out there and done a much better job. And I prepared right this time.
Is it annoyed you that obviously being a title holder going into the fight and thinking about Billy Joe as opposed to you?
Nah, not really. Nah, it's not annoyed me. It's alright being written off if you come out winning at the end of the day. I think come Saturday night I'll be walking away with my Southern Area title still around my waist, so